Bob, thank you very much for taking part in the 60-second interview series at Global Sports Jobs. Please explain who you are and what you do.
Yeah, well, I'm Bob Gambardella. I'm the Chief of Sport Development at the Singapore Sports Institute.
Fantastic. And tell me a little bit more about what you do and how you've got there.
Yeah, well, I actually lead a staff of 136 employees, and I control a budget of $67 million. And how I got there has been a really interesting journey. I started out in New York, grew up in New York City, wanted to be a physical education teacher, and then I just took a different turn and ended up now in international sport. But throughout the 20-plus years I've been involved in sport, I've been working at a YMCA as a director of physical education. From there I started coaching volleyball, which has been my lifelong passion. I coached at the United States Military Academy at West Point, was there for 13 years. Wonderful experience. And then from there I was asked to come aboard USA Volleyball, where I worked as a director of high performance programming and then eventually as the director of the Olympic teams. And then caught the attention of the United States Olympic Committee, and I spent 10 great years at the U.S. Olympic Committee in the area of high performance and international relations. And then in 2009, I had the opportunity to come to Singapore and to kind of help Singaporeans build out an infrastructure, everything from fundamental skill development all the way up to brisk walking and everything in between. And one of the accomplishments that we've had this past year is the Sports Institute, which we have up and running now, and we're moving forward to kind of help reach our athletes to reach some of their dreams in terms of being Olympic champions.
Fascinating. What do you think your biggest challenge is at the moment?
Well, I think probably what it is we're building an ecosystem of sustainability, and with that, you really have to really focus on building the capabilities of your staff. And so right now we're at a situation by which we're working on recruiting competent staff, and at the same time building the internal capabilities of the staff we presently have. So right now we're really looking at a lot of infrastructure development. And with that, we are gearing up to, in 2014, in April of 2014, we have a $1.3 billion facility that will be rolled out, which is our sports hub. So now there's a real need for us to really kind of gear up towards that opening of that sports hub.
What advice would you give to someone that is looking to enter your area of the sports industry?
I would say probably you need to be working hard, you need to be working smart, and most importantly, I think it's really important to network. I think probably the network of getting out there and carrying on and developing a good network of colleagues locally, regionally, and internationally, I think is a real important aspect, I think, in moving throughout a career in sport.
Very good advice. With regards to interviews and interview questions, what sort of experience have you had with interviewing?
Yeah, I'm a firm believer, I think, as an interviewer and then also as an interviewee, the ability to kind of bring in your experiences, which they call behavioral interviewing, where as you try to, in the interview process, try to bring out some experiences that you've had that kind of answers a question that the interviewer is asking for. Giving real-life experience, I think, is really important. I think it's very powerful. That you can apply a certain situation that shows that you have the capability and the competency to handle that job. So I see that as a real important skill.
Bob, very insightful. I wish you all the very best, and thank you very much for taking part.
Thanks, Will.